What it do, man? BY3 the hard way. Y'all make sure y'all go like, comment, subscribe, share, all that good stuff. Live from 85, back at it again, man. The realest one on the net, boss talk of business. Y'all know what it is. Go ahead and subscribe to the channel if you ain't subscribed to it, man. Like these videos, share these videos. Don't skip no ads. Alright, man, if y'all caught my last live, I told y'all what the next video is going to be. It's going to be on Aries Spears, part 4, vladtv interview. And the topic of the interview was, how come us as black people don't protect our own like white folks protect their own? And before we start this video, let me say, you know, I'm not a racist person, but the world that we live in is racist, and that's just what it is. So us being grown, we're going to talk about this topic for a minute, and I want y'all to get in my comments and let me know what y'all think about it. Now, with that being said, let's go ahead and start, man. Aries Spears, pull them up. Mad TV fame, you know, comedian, do the impressions, all that, funny dude. But he got real serious for a minute on this vladtv interview, man. And I felt every word of it, man. I took some notes, and let's go ahead and go through it. So, like I say, I'm not racist at all. So, he started out the interview with this part, and he was talking about, you know, back in the day, you know, everyone wasn't racist. You know, it was slave masters, you know, some people that back in the day, you know, freed the slaves, were good to the people that, you know, stayed with them time on, because, you know, most time when they did buy them, you know, they didn't have too much land to go to, so they would make a little spot for them, you know, out on their land, and, you know, pay them equal until they can go and get some of their own. And fast forward, right, you had the civil rights movement, and you had the freedom riders, you had I can't think of what the group was called, the Southern Christian Leadership Conference. And, you know, you had a lot of white people that was in that organization that was helping people out. So it's not to say that, you know, everyone's racist, but he was saying that, you know, we live in a racist world, just like what I said. So to show you that, you know, they take up for their own or whatever, we're going to bring up some people, and this is what he said in the interview, and it's the truth, man. Emmett Till, with his family and with everything that happened, you know, the people got off, and then they, you know, they wanted to bring everybody to trial later on, but that, man, everybody was old. You know, the governor, his grandmother is the one that, don't quote me on that, but you can go do your own research on that. His grandmother was the one that addressed it or something, man. You have to do your research on that, man. But anyway, the 4 little girls in the church bombing in Alabama, you know, the person that did that got off. Then you go to Medgar Evers. You know, he was doing big things in Mississippi. And, you know, his life was taken from him in his yard, and nobody was brought to justice or whatever. Somebody was brought, but by that time he was old or whatever. But I'm not getting into the specifics of all that. What I'm talking about is, you know, what he was talking about in the interview. So he said, when you see that everybody's getting let off, why as a whole we don't take up for each other? Saying that we throw each other under the bus. And we do. Why do we do that? I notice that all the time. Like, I can see 2 people doing the same thing, and then I can see one person get congratulated, and then the other person, they won't say nothing too. And we do that with our own, you know. Like, for instance, my YouTube channel. It's a lot of people that rock with me, but I should be way more ahead of what I am, just based off the fact of all the people that say they mess with me, you feel me? But, you know, if a person don't show you that support where you need it, then you know where you stand with them, you know? Why do we as a whole throw each other up under the bus? And I understand them on that too, man, because you can have a person, right? Let's say you're in a job, and you can be friends with this person at first. Let's say that person gets a little spot, you know, they get a manager position. And at the same time, you know, they got to enforce the rules. But that never had no spot of power before, and then they just start to abuse it because they're not used to it. Because most time y'all end up not being friends no more because they just start acting a certain way towards you because they don't know how to handle that power because we're throwing each other on the bus. And then when it's time for somebody else to be moved up, they won't even recommend you. They'll recommend somebody else. You feel me? That's how we are for some reason. And like he said, we don't see the bigger picture. I used to have so many people that I used to try to get to support me on this, right? And when I started it, didn't nobody support it at all. They didn't see the bigger picture. But then when I started, I made a post one day about how much I got paid on here one time. And everybody was interested in, how do you do this? How do you do that? And I just tell them, man, like hey, the same way I learned, ask Google, you know. Because, you know, I had to get it from the mud and you know, find out. But I don't know why as a whole we do that. And he was so right. And then we're going to go to the next part. And then we're going to end it on this. You got Barack Obama, first black president. Now you have a whole lot of people that say he did nothing for us. But at the same time, we can look at our son. And we can tell him, you know, this is something that you can be because you see somebody that looks like you on TV that's at that position. Second, and this is very important, this for all our young black queens growing up. Check out Michelle Obama. Check her out. Really look at her. Beautiful. Pretty. Intelligent. Go get her. Why don't we admire, like he said, why don't we admire that? You know, we admire the Instagram thought. We admire the one that's taking a bunch of pictures and got 100,000 likes. They don't got nothing upstairs. That if you gave them a business, they wouldn't know what to do with. Unless it involved taking pictures. But the business side, they wouldn't even know nothing about it. But you have a beautiful black woman that's a first lady at that. Why nobody talk about that? Why don't nobody celebrate it? I understood everything he said in that interview, man. And for anybody that's my color that gets mad about it, you know, you must be one of them type of people. As a race, we need to do better. We really need to do better. We don't help each other. All we do is tear each other down, backdoor each other, be ready to do something to one another because of a color or a set. He had it right, man. He had it right, man. It's like all these books that were wrote back in the day, showing the white man how to keep us down, and the tactics they were gonna use were brought to the light, and people still don't. They still use it because people will see it and say, man, it ain't real. All right, let's say for instance it wasn't real. Do you read it though? Do you see that's what's going on? So why would you continue with it? Black people, we gotta do better, man. We ain't gotta sit there and knock each other and pull each other down, thinking that the other person is gonna be bigger than that person. We can both be at the top. Y'all know how much room it is at the top. And then what really trips me out about us, we all come from the same place, you feel me? So you know the struggle. Y'all know how hard it is for a black man, black woman as it is. Especially in this day and age. The way everybody taking us out. So why make it hard on the next one? We gotta stop that, man, for real. How do you expect the children to get up in the world? Think about this now. How you expect the children to get up in the world if you ain't letting the elders get up in the world? Because if we ain't up in the world, we ain't gonna be there to be able to give the babies the position or harm, you feel me? It's gonna be the other. But y'all don't think like he said, short-handed, man. Nobody thinks about the long term. And like I said, y'all, I'm not racist at all, but I just have to talk to our people for a minute, man, just to let y'all know, man. Y'all need to check that interview out. He dropped some gems and everything he said, and it was 100, man. But y'all let me know what y'all think about it in the comments, man. BY3 the hard way. Like, comment, subscribe, share, all that good. I'm gonna hit y'all another video real soon, man. Till then, me and hold up for you. Do what you're supposed to, not what you want to do. I'm out.